Good evening and welcome back. Welcome to Det Demokratiska Böhmen, where we continue exactly where we left off. The exact same moment in time, where the great leader here just had a realization that something is up with the steel industry, certainly, because we went from $25.5 million last year to $4.5 million this year, and look at the chart. We haven't been exporting that much steel for a while, so let's head over to the steel mill and see what is going on here. What is the problem? I mean, I could just... There is no smoke pouring out of the chimneys. There seems to be iron available. Maybe there is no iron available. Well, that's a problem then. You're missing iron. Yes, you are. And the train has been waiting there for a long time. And you're a coal train. You are both coal trains. You are packing coal, both of you. We have plenty of coal. We have plenty of workers, actually, like 400 workers. And that must mean that we have a snarl up or we have some issue going on. Let's follow the line that takes us to the... And here is our problem. There is an oil... Yeah, you're supposed to be here. Okay, well, I guess then that... Yes, this goes to show you that the safest way, certainly if you can have the queuing space available, when you have so much... Well, actually, no. I used to have a train depot out here, but it burnt down. And that is the reason for much of this nonsense, which we just don't need anymore. And just by doing that, I think that we have done a lot of good here. And the same here. Let's take out this bit. And this bit. And yes, the steel industry is saved. The pensions fund... I had a feeling it was growing at a slower rate. Even though we had added the bitumen to it, I had a feeling that it was growing at a rather slow, rather leisurely pace, let's say, this year. We have all the iron in the world waiting here. It is full. They cannot export iron ore. These people cannot store or export iron. We are overflowing with iron. However, at the other end, well, that was an easy fix. I just needed to remove a little bit of track. And that is unfortunate that when you have rails crossing each other in a junction like that, unfortunately the rules of the game is that they will be considered part of the same block, and even though one train is just going straight ahead over, and there's a junction here saying the train is going straight ahead, if there's then a train within that block, that the signals will be red for that block. One could feel that that is a bit unnecessary, especially as there is, as far as I know, no way to break up a block like that. So while the steel industry is recovering here, we can see that the rubles are going up. Is that because of our chemical exporting business? Maybe. Yes. One truck of chemicals going is almost as much as all of the coal that is being burned over there somewhere in the great huge, enormous coal power plant. One truck of chemicals. One truck of chemicals. Yes, you, my friend, is dearly awaited over at steel mill. So please make haste. And may the signals be on your side, which they should be, because everyone is waiting for you. Yes, blue lights, but green for you, because where you're going. Well, might as well, while we're at it, ride along here, take in the magnificent view of the steel area where we cut coal out of the ground and we deliver in iron by rail, and there we go. Smoke is pouring out of the chimneys once again, and we are producing steel. Isn't that a sight to behold? And look at the workers coming to work at the steel mill. All of them are happy after all this time, almost all year they didn't have any iron to smelt into steel, and they were just sitting around, all of them, like hundreds and hundreds of people, 8 shifts a day, 7 days a week, I suppose. Nothing to do, just sitting around, watching the coal, wishing they had iron, looking at the train driver who's probably getting sick of waiting by this time because I've been sitting there for so long. 7th of December, 1987. Yes. Has this had an effect? Well, it has allowed us to see both the steel trains that we've got going on. We've got 2 steel trains, a bit different in configuration, of course pulled by the same locomotive. What else would it be? But this one can carry 621 tons of steel, and this one only 474 tons of steel. One could not make a steel train longer than that one, and one could not put another one of those wagons onto there. No. One could, however, move this diamond crossing over here, and then one could have a lot longer trains, at least here. Yes, this is all fine, trust me. Yes, I think that this is safe for long trains because the coal trains are very long. Or the iron trains. But however, they are not going that way, they're going this way, of course, the steel trains. Yes, there will still be a while before you are loaded up. And what about you? Mechanical components that I believe are a loss. They're not worth it, because it takes twice the amount. It takes 2 to 1 steel to make. Put in 1 ton of steel and into the mechanical components factory, you get half ton of mechanical components out, and the worth I think they're worth twice as much in price. So the extra value that you put into the product by having workers here isn't actually worth a whole lot, unfortunately. But I built it because I wanted to. It means that if I ever wanted to build a conveyor belt, for example, that goes around all the Republic and deposits coal, for example, in aggregate storages all around the country. Not that I'm going to do that, even though it is a bit tempting. Not that I'm going to do that, but if I were to, I do have a lot of mechanical components available which would make building all the conveyor belts very cheap. Now then, I want to find the bus that goes up here and I want to ride it. We have two of them. Which one of you are closest? You are here and you are here. You are closest. Yes. You are just coming up on this. Let's see, what speed do we get up here? 100 kilometers per hour with 95 eager workers on board. That's a bit steep. Wow, that hurt. That hurt. Still, 90, almost 100. We're doing, oh, that's a sharp turn. Imagine all the workers got thrown over. This road is not safe by any means. And he did a very stupid thing. He has 64 liters of fuel left. He realized, I need to go back for fuel. I can't just go the extra 50 meters and leave the people by the bus stop. No, I need to go fill up now. Well then, screw you. And instead, follow this bus, which actually does some good. Now this coal mine is located in such an extreme area that the people working there need to walk a bridge to get to their place of work. For some reason the bus is now completely silent. And those people who work at the coal ore processing plant, they have a rather steep hill to go down. Here we go, again, down the mountain. Yes, this road is really dangerous. It's good that we have such reliable bus drivers here in det demokratiska Böhmen, that the workers can always feel safe, and the workers and their spouses and their children can always feel safe that their respectives will get home safely after days of work, and it will get safely to work. And working in the coal mine or working in the power plant, how dangerous can it be after all? Coal is safe, right? It hasn't a big death toll per produced kilowatt hour, now does it? I mean, compared to something as dangerous and crazy as nuclear power, certainly coal is much, much safer. Yes. And the road to work for the coal plant worker or the coal mine worker is certainly no more dangerous than working in the mine or working in the power plant, or indeed living close by to the coal power plant or coal mine, which we are rather certain do not affect the groundwater or anything of that nature at all. How are we doing here? We are burning a lot less coal, I'd imagine. Yes, yes, and yes. We are only now hooked up, I believe, to the domestic things here. But I would have thought that we used a bit more power ourselves. Stockholm, they are powered. So Stockholm was the city that had to be built. Every single bit of the city has been built by hand by our workers. Even the great monument here of the I'm not quite sure who she is. My apologies if this is supposed to represent someone historical and real person, but she does look rather lovely, doesn't she? Sword in hand, arm reaching, and certainly a plentiful yes. And with that, I shall say thank you very much for watching, and good night.